What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ Prospect Profile. So we're going to focus in on Logan Brown of the Windsor Spitfires 2016 draft eligible center. That is a massive young man. He is 6'6" and 225 pounds, and he won't turn 18 until March. So I can sit and talk about his size all day, but that's only one facet of the game. I think he has an underrated offensive skill set. Had 43 points in 59 games last year for the Spitfires. Always been a good offensive threat going back to the Indians days, and time in the St. Louis Blues Bantam or AAA Bantam organization. I've been watching film on the kid all morning. He's something special. I get him graded as a top 10 pick. I think that size at that position is at a premium, and I'm going to shoot a hypothetical right here. If I'm a Western Conference team, I'm paying special attention on this kid because you see out west you need a big center to compete. Whether it's obviously Jonathan Taves on a different level, but in the same degree, Getzlaf, Kopitar, Joe Thornton, guys like that. I'm not saying he has that kind of upside, but he's got an offensive skill set and he can match up against the bigger centers out there. I mean, David Backes, for example. Putting him out there against those big bodies in the face-off dot, is what you need. Is he a long-range prospect? Yes, but the Western Conference isn't changing anytime soon. You're always going to need a big center out there, and this kid is custom-made for it. Hypothetically, again, Vancouver. You imagine this kid, Virtanen, McCann from Sault Ste. Marie. Talk about Legion of Boom in the Pacific Northwest. The Seahawks won't have that market cornered anymore because those forwards will be able to match up with the league's best and just really give a great physical presence. As a matchup, cause black and blue and make that team in Vancouver tough to play against. But enough with the hypotheticals. Logan's father Jeff was an NHL defenseman and journeyman, played in a lot of different spots. Actually, Logan is listed as being born in Raleigh. The father was with Carolina that year. That was Carolina's first year in the league after relocating from Hartford. But again, I really like what the kid's doing. I like his skill set. I like his size. I think this year he can really be a huge force for Windsor and help him win some hockey games. Been a rough go over the last 2 years for the Spitfires. They've had the talents, haven't been able to get the results they want. And having a kid like this, on a pretty deep team up there is going to be beneficial to winning some hockey games. So, again, I'm excited to see what he does going into the 2016 draft. Jesus, we're rolling. You look at, he's listed as American and Canadian. Played for Canada at the U17s last year, but also played in the All-American Prospect game. So I don't know what, if anything, that has to do with his international eligibility. If I had to bet money, I'd say Canada, but who knows? That's just the way it all shakes up. But again, he's one of those players that I expect 50 to 60 points from this year. I expect him to bring a physical presence and be a dominant player down low for the Spitfires and really showcase why he's such a highly touted prospect. But again, size of that position is always going to be at a premium. And if you can find a kid that's not only big but has a really good skill set, good motor, it's absolutely worth investing a top, pretty high pick in him. Anyway, that's our episode of the Power Play with CJ Prospect Profiles on Logan Brown of the Windsor Spitfires. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the off season and beyond. Later, guys.